Hello, and welcome to this introductory video concerning the land use controversy occurring in Gunbarrel. This is produced by the Twin Lakes Action Group, or TLAG for short. TLAG was formed by several individuals who had a common mission to preserve the rural residential look and feel of our neighborhoods and the surrounding area. And it's really that simple. My intent is to inform you of all the aspects surrounding the properties over a series of videos. In order to understand this controversy, we need a little bit more background. So let's start at the beginning with a brief discussion of the Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan. The Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan is intended to be a long-range vision that is created jointly between the City of Boulder and Boulder County. The plan is updated every 5 years and has been since its inception in the 1970s. The document covers a whole range of issues that affect Boulder, from growth and development all the way to energy conservation. It's really intended to be the 10,000-foot planning document. Ironically, though, there are some very important minutiae handled by the plan, and the square peg that doesn't really fit in the round hole are the land use designations of individual properties. So even though it's a broad view, it also focuses on how individual parcels of land will be used. All future zoning of the properties must be compatible with its land use designation in the Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan. In the context of developing a property, this is the first step. The process can sort of be summarized in 4 steps. Number 1, you change the land use designation of the property during the Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan update. Number 2, you annex the property into the city and zone it appropriately. Number 3, you have a site plan review with the planning board. And finally, you can develop the property. One very important thing to note is that the land use designation remains with the land, regardless of who owns the property. Therefore, upzoning a property and selling it can be very profitable for the landowners. Let's take a look at the existing land use designations in Gunbarrel. Here you can see a map that color codes Gunbarrel's land use designations. At the bottom, you can see that the farms along J Road are considered very low-density residential. That allows less than 2 units per acre to be built. So what's a unit, you may ask? Well, in simple terms, a unit is a house. A single-family home would be 1 unit. A townhouse consisting of 4 homes would actually be 4 units. A unit does not address intensity. A 4-bedroom house and a 1-bedroom townhome are both 1 unit, regardless of the number of people occupying those homes. As you can see, the majority of Gunbarrel is yellow and has a land use designation of low-density residential. This allows between 2 to 6 units per acre. The apartment complexes that reside outside of Gunbarrel Center are considered medium-density residential and allow between 6 to 14 units per acre. The properties that are at the center of this controversy are located right here. As you can see, it's pretty much right in the middle of a low-density residential neighborhood. In fact, the surrounding land use designations include open space to the north, low-density residential to the east and west, and very low-density residential to the southeast. If we take a closer look, there are actually 3 properties. The field to the north of the Twin Lakes Road is owned by the Boulder County Housing Authority. The 2 properties to the south of Twin Lakes Road are owned by the Boulder Valley School District. They have each submitted a land use change request for these properties to MXR, which would allow up to 18 units per acre. TLAG believes these properties are best suited as an extension of the Twin Lakes open space to the north and the Johnson Trust open space to the southeast. These properties serve as a wildlife corridor for animals traveling from the Johnson Trust open space to the Twin Lakes and vice versa. We have submitted a land use change request for these properties to open space. And that's the heart of this controversy. How should these properties be used? So before I proceed, let me share with you a few tidbits of information about these properties. The BCHA property was purchased by the county commissioners from the Archdiocese in 2013 using money from our general fund, also known as your tax dollars. It was sold at a bargain price of $470,000 for 10 acres. And you may ask, well, why so cheap? And if you stay tuned, I'll reveal that in another video. The title for this property was quickly transferred from the county commissioners to the Boulder County Housing Authority without a single public hearing. And mind you, the Boulder County Commissioners also happen to be the board of directors for the Boulder County Housing Authority. The BVSD properties are actually dedications and were given to the school district for $10 with the intent to build a neighborhood school or park. If you continue to watch this series of videos, you will learn a lot more about the history of these properties and TLAG's case for open space. I also wanted to give you a quick overview of the process for land use change designations under the Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan. 4 bodies review all of the land use change requests. These 4 bodies are the Boulder County Commissioners, the Boulder County Planning Commission, the Boulder City Council, and finally, the City of Boulder Planning Board. Earlier this year, these 4 bodies unanimously voted to further study TLAG's open space proposal and also voted to further study the MXR requests. Notice that I did not say unanimously voted for the MXR requests, and that was intentional. The City Council went a little bit further and drafted a resolution that would enable TLAG, BCHA, and BVSD to enter facilitated discussions. Without going into too much detail here, those discussions failed to find a common ground. TLAG expressed a strong desire to convert these properties to open space, but we were willing to compromise at the existing land use designation, providing a maximum of 6 units per acre. On the other hand, after publicly advocating for 12 units per acre, both BCHA and BVSD at the end of the facilitated discussions refused to budge from 12 units per acre. Thereby, they made no concessions whatsoever. In fact, they even expressed a desire to maximize the density to the full 18 units per acre. And then, they oddly attempted to paint this as a compromise, even though they are on record several times stating that they would not pursue 18 units per acre under MXR. And that is the fundamental danger of approving an MXR land use designation. So where do we go from here? The final review process for these properties is imminent. On August 8th, there was an open house for the Boulder Valley Comprehensive Plan, where the staff revealed their recommendation for these properties as medium-density residential, allowing up to 14 units per acre. This recommendation is simply irresponsible. And it is just that, it's a recommendation, not the final decision. On August 30th, the County Commissioners and the County Planning Board will meet in a joint session and take public comment. On October 13th, the City will do the same. The City Council and the City Planning Board will also meet and take public comment. It is critical that the public shows up in force to express how we want this land to be used. Remember, half of these properties were purchased with your tax dollars. In future videos, I'll explore a few issues that are important to understand concerning these properties. Since the heart of this debate is fundamentally density, we'll start there. Secondly, we'll talk about annexation. The method that they are proposing to annex these properties into the city is unprecedented and should be truly disturbing to the broader Boulder community. We will also hit hydrology, the dedications I mentioned earlier, and will build the case for why these properties should be open space. Please take the time to learn about your community. So let's wrap this one up. If you want to support our cause, there are a few things you can do right now. Start by joining TLAG. Simply send an email to the address shown here. Please also sign our petition to preserve the rural look and feel of Gunbarrel. Donate. We are a 100% volunteer organization and every penny is used to support our mission statement. We are also a 501c3 charitable organization and donations are tax deductible. You can also write letters expressing your opinion about how you think these properties should be used. You can also attend meetings and have your voice heard. Like us on Facebook to stay on top of all the developments. And finally, you can find all of this information and more on our webpage of tlag.org. I'll add all the links in the comment section below. And on behalf of TLAG, thank you very much for your time and support, and we'll be back with more soon.